Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming. Today I have a showcase video for you, which is obviously my Knights army. So these are all House Hawkshroud. Those of you that have been watching us for a while will know that I have always had a Hawkshroud Knight, being this one here, so Siegfried. He's had a slight repaint recently, and also he has become magnetised, so I've got all the weapon options. So I thought I'd just show you what I've got. This is roughly 2,000 points, depending on sort of the weapons that you put on them. I think it comes with this exact build, it comes just under 2,000. But you know, this is a decent sized force, and this is what most Knight forces, not competitive, but most sort of 2,000 point Knight forces will look like. I mean, arguably Knights just in themselves are going to be very competitive anyway. So if you put in this type of army on the table, prepare to see your opponent wince a little bit and probably won't want to play you. But that's just Knights. They are strong, but there are lots of things that can beat them. Particularly this house. This is the house which gives you the double wounds profile. So you still obviously lose the wounds, but it counts as sort of twice as many wounds for the degrading profile. So if you're down to 12 wounds, you've actually, your profile still counts as being 24, so you're not degraded at all, so you're not minus into hit and things like that. So that's quite good. The downside, as with all Imperialis houses, is there's no mortal wound protection, apart from if you take there's like one relic that Hawkshroud can take. So that is a little bit tough, and when I have faced opponents before with my Knights, I have lost down to sort of mortal wound spam, mainly from obviously Eldari and things like that. So without further ado, let's bring some of the units closer. So these are obviously my Warglaves. I have magnetised these guys, so if I wanted, I could make them into Helverins. I have got the Helverin kit. However, I have actually, if you've seen my NWO video that I did on the Imperial Knights, you'll see that there was actually a silver Knight, Lady Isabella. So I am actually painting another knightly house in that colour scheme at the moment. So that's why I thought, well, I'll do this showcase now, so look out for that one in the, I say near future, within probably 6 months you might see it. It's a slow progress for me, I've got other projects on. So yeah, I've magnetised everything so I can swap these arms around for different posability. The head is also manoeuvrable, that just sort of clips in and you can sort of twist it around, so it looks quite cool. But really happy with how these have come out. The models themselves, as with all the Knights, are just really nice. Really nice to build and a pleasure to paint, really. Knights are quite easy to paint because you can leave the armor plates off, just spray that in sort of your lead belcher spray, a couple of dry brushes and some washes of different colours, and you can really make the actual chassis really pop. And then keeping the armor plates separate. I mean, painting yellow is obviously a bit of a nightmare, but I just used the Avalanche Sunset spray, sprayed that all over, and then Dawn, I think it's Dawn Yellow or something like that for the edge highlight, and then went over with the Lamenter's yellow glaze, and that brings up this nice sort of deep yellow that you see on these. And it's not too hard to do because you're building up from Avalanche Sunset rather than a brighter Uriel yellow or anything like that. So that's the first guy. Next one, I try to put these flashes of red on all of my knights. Some of them it does actually signify stuff, but others on this one I don't know. Just decided to paint his face red, make him look a bit more intimidating. He's got an angry face, hasn't he? So it just suited the red, I thought. So that is the second of the Warglaves. These, I really rate these. I think they're good. That sort of D3 melter shot and the extra range, and also with them being so quick, these guys move 14. Yeah, they're going to blast some things with melters quite easily. So they do some work. Yes, they're quite fragile compared to the other knights, but you know it's still a toughness 7 with a 5-up invuln and 12 wounds, I believe, off the top of my head. So they can still take quite a beating. It's better than just a normal dreadnought, and it's priced about the same as a normal dreadnought. So I'd rather take these. So there's the two Helverins. We'll bring up Siegfried. A lot of you probably already seen him, but as I said, I have now actually magnetised all of his arms. So I usually run him as a paladin or an errant, but just recently I've been running him as a gallant. Gallants are great, absolutely fantastic. Hitting on 2s, the extra attack. Just use your stompy feet. Hit everything on 2s. It's strength 8, D3 damage. You can stomp most things, and then whatever you don't kill, you can use the stratagem for death grip and crush them to death. So yeah, really good. Really like him. The repaint that I did was basically I'd painted the shoulder guards wrong. I'd painted this one yellow at the front, and all Hawkshroud, as you can see with all of these, it's always white on the front and always black on the back. So I wanted to correct that, so I did. Also, I play him a lot with his Blood Angel, with my Blood Angels, so I've just put some little Blood Angels drops, and this is a Blood Angels transfer. Well, all of those are Blood Angels transfers, actually. Just to sort of tie him in with that army, but not make it too obvious. Hawkshroud, in their fluff, they do actually align themselves with the Space Marine chapters, and you know, take on all their iconography and everything like that. So that is sort of quite a fluffy thing, but I didn't want to go too overboard, because I will obviously throw them in with my Iron Hands and other forces occasionally as well. So I wanted it still to be pretty relevant. Really happy with how the fist came out, as stupid as it sounds. I'll pop it off and bring it back up to camera, but just using a bit of glare on the screen there, just using the transfers just for the sort of kill marks and everything like that, it just really brings out that fist. It gives it a bit more character, I say anyway. So yeah, that's the spin round there. The red bands across the carapace, that's just to signify that he is actually a baron. It's pretty much across all of the Imperialis houses. If they've got the 2 red stripes, that's supposed to signify that they're a baron. If they've got a solid stripe down the centre, then that signifies that it's the High King. So I thought, well, I want all my dudes to be special. They're all characters. So yeah, he is my first baron. The next one, so he was one of the first ones that I painted when I heard that the new Knight Codex was coming out. I wanted to get a Crusader, so I picked this guy up, and really happy with how he has come out. Crusaders are amazing, absolutely amazing. The amount of shots that they can dish out, and also the high strength shots. I mean, this is strength 8, that's strength 6. It's just brutal, and the range on them as well is absolutely fantastic. So I really love Crusaders. So if you are building a competitive list, you want at least 2. I'd probably take 3, but I'll get onto that in a minute. So I haven't named this guy yet, so if you want to suggest some names, I'd greatly appreciate that. But something along the lines of Siegfried, make him sound like that. I'd say with this gun, I don't know if it's coming out on the camera too much, but I've painted the main body of it gold, and the reason for that is I'm quite into my video games, and whenever you get like a special weapon in your video games, they generally have a bit of a gold skin on it. So because I'll be using this generally as the Endless Fury relic, I wanted to signify that with the colour, but also it's not too overpowering, so if I don't want to actually do that and use it as a relic, then it just, you know, it fits in nicely with the rest of the colour scheme. So that's just a quick spin round, and you can see the difference. Obviously I painted black on this one because there isn't a relic battle cannon for Imperialis, it's only the Mechanicum houses. I magnetised all the carapace weapons as well, so I can interchange all of these weapons across all of the knights of this size. I've got all the polarity correct on all the knights. So that is my second Crusader, and then we have the Big Daddy. So this is the Valiant. The head is actually one of the Forge World ones, and I'm afraid to say you can't get it anymore. For some reason, Games Workshop released the new codex, and within a week they discontinued all the knight heads, which was a fantastic business decision, I'm sure. But hopefully we might see them come back at some point. But yeah, it is what it is at the moment. Again, lovely kit to build. If you want to see me building this and how I've magnetised it, there is a build video on the channel, so go and check that out if you want any tips on building it. Again, like the Endless Fury relic, this is the Traitor's Pyre, which is the reroll wounds and reroll automatic hits, reroll all wounds. Just great, just absolutely fantastic. This guy is an absolute bullet magnet, though. I'm not sure if he is a competitive model to take. It's not like the Castellan. The Castellan you can just stand at the back, and he doesn't take any fire because he's got such a long range. Whereas this guy you want to get within 12 so you can harpoon stuff, and also the flame I think is 18-inch range, so you need to be close. But because you need to be close, your opponents know that, so they prioritise the fire on him. So in a competitive setting, if you get him to turn 2, you've done well. I think in the tournament battles which I had, the battles that I got him past turn 2 were the battles that I won, and the ones which he died on turn 1 were the ones which I lost eventually, because he's a massive point sink. He's just under 600 points. I think if I was to be sort of taking knights in a competitive list again, I would drop this guy, and I would probably go for another Crusader, and potentially 3 Crusaders and something like a Paladin, if you could get that in. I'm pretty sure that you can, or if not the Paladin, maybe 2 Helverins, something like that. I think that would be better, just the amount of shots. This gets focused down, and if you want to rotate Iron Shields, it's 3 command points. So yeah, you eat through your command points very, very quickly with that. So yeah, I'm not sure he's the most competitive. He's scary, definitely, and if your opponent doesn't know what to do against him, you will absolutely wreck them. But most of the opponents, particularly in a tournament setting, will know what to do against him. So yeah, don't know. Give me your thoughts down below. See what you think. I do try and sort of obviously use the Gallant as a bit of a diversion. If they kill the Gallant, they kill the Gallant. They've got a Valiant to deal with, but I just find it quite hard to get him across the table effectively. Having the double wounds obviously helps, but doesn't always get there. But That's it. I'm rambling on anyway now, guys. So that is the army. Let me know what you think. Really enjoyed putting this together. Really enjoy playing knights as well. They're such a unique force. So if you are considering getting knights, I'd definitely recommend it. The kits are absolutely beautiful, go together really, really nicely, and quite easy to paint and to make look good. So yeah, would definitely recommend that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification button so you don't miss any of our content in the future. And we will see you in the next one.